My name is Armando Alejandro Do you remember Armando Alejandro Estrada? Bro, but you remember Umaga. You know Umaga.
Yeah.
That was like when Umaga first came out back in that time. He had a manager named that, and he would come out and dude, it was like one of those crowd things. Everybody be like, "My name is Armando Alejandro Estrada, and I am the manager to Umaga." But that shit was what, bro? I'm gonna find a clip of that later and send it to you. This shit was fucking so cool. But I always mix him up with Alberto Del Rio.
Bro, this fucking Alberto Del Rio guy do be like... Okay, no, he hasn't been active on Instagram in a while, bro. That's crazy.
Alberto Del Rio's career is kind of embarrassing. I wouldn't be active if I were him either. Dude got like girlfriends taken from him in WWE. Dude got like WWE titles taken from him. Dude got like opportunities taken from him. Dude got knocked out by Mirko Krokop. Dude got, like, I mean, like, just a bad overall, like, not a lot of good accomplishments. When he first got into the WWE, I was all about Alberto Del Rio. I thought he was great.
Oh shit, here we go. Holy fuck, here we go. April 27, 2024. Alberto Del Rio versus Dolph Ziggler, Triple Mania 32. What?
I was wondering if that was like a TNA thing, but I forgot like TNA lets just like the wrestler lets the wrestlers go do other things too. So I don't know if that's like
bro, that is sick.
That's pretty crazy.
Bro, I just seen that picture and I was like, damn, I remember whenever they had like their rivalry like 10 years ago. Like, that shit was crazy. Wow.
Good way to bring it back up in another promotion. Sure, why not? That makes sense.
Can't wait for you to fucking start this shit so we can debate about fucking Raw so I can tell you how mid it was.
Oh, we're gonna argue. Yeah, we're definitely gonna argue because I wish you would tell me Raw was mid, bitch.
Bro,
I wish you would.
That shit was.
Hold up.
That shit was.
All right, let's properly start this thing. Guys, welcome to another episode of Growing Up Kayfabe. We are back after WrestleMania 40 and the first week of wrestling after WrestleMania 40. We did not like every other wrestling podcast episodes immediately the days of the day after. Nada. I gotta recuperate and I gotta let that first week come through first, because what happens is everybody starts saying what they think is gonna happen the first week of wrestling, and I'm like, you don't know what the fuck's gonna happen, doggy. So yeah, WrestleMania 40 happened. We haven't podcasted since before then. Let's talk about, first of all, let's acknowledge our tribal chief, Cody Rhodes. Shouts out Cody Rhodes for finishing the fucking story. What a main event. What a WrestleMania 40. Best WrestleMania of all time, period. They advertised it to be so, and it was. By the way, I am your host, Joe, and this is one of my co-hosts, Jacob. Darnell is out of action today. We are happy you guys are here with us. Thank you for joining us and talking wrestling with us. We are the Yes and No of Wrestling podcast, and don't fucking forget it. Now, welcome. Now to WrestleMania, the fucking Vince McMahon shit. I want to ask you, and I'll say mine as well. What was your favorite match on WrestleMania besides the main event?
Oh, besides the main event, I'm gonna give that to. I liked Rhea and Becky.
Rhea and Becky was good.
Let me be for real. Yeah, for like an opening match that was really good. The whole entrance that she had, and then the match in general was really good for an opening match.
And Becky having a fucking fever and shit like that.
Yeah, she was sick and she was still out there performing, doing her thing, you know?
The Michael Jordan, crazy. Some might call her, of our era.
What about you?
I'd say, honestly, just because of everything surrounding it, I'd say, and the match itself, Seth versus Drew was the shit. Dude, opening up with a Claymore was wild. Opening up with a Claymore was ruthless. And then going for the pin, I was like, yo, 5-second Mania match? No way.
Daniel Bryan versus Sheamus Part 2.
Yeah, right. Seriously. Oh, what a bummer that was. Yeah, and then of course, just because that match is because, you know, Damian comes in, finally cashes in, finally becomes world heavyweight champion, a champion of some kind, and just the most wholesome thing in the world to see Damian be champion. all the videos they're putting out about him in the Judgment Day celebrating afterwards, all the like the congrats he got. Bisexual Undertaker gets congrats by regular Undertaker.
Bro, he acknowledged that shit too.
Yeah, I saw that.
That was great.
The other thing I wanted to ask you about Mania was, who do you think had the best entrance at Mania?
I like codys for sure.
Codys, yeah.
Night two. The whole like Brandy coming out behind the pop she got, that was amazing.
That was dope. I'll tell you who it wasn't. It wasn't Seth's. It wasn't Seth's entrance. That shit was whack.
Bonkers.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same. Cody for sure. I think it's pretty like overall, like everybody would say the same thing. Like Cody for sure had the best entrance night two. The shit was dope. The cinematic of like war, like the ashes of war that happened. Basically the end game scene, and then Cody comes out with that dope mask. Which, side note, I don't know if I sent you this on TikTok, but I know Darnell replied to it. Fucking fuck Kevin Nash talking shit about the mask and the entrance.
Yeah, you just told me that shit.
What a fucking loser.
No wonder, bro. If I was WWE, I would have let him go to that Sting bullshit that he was trying so hard to like go to.
Dude's just like a fucking. I don't know, he's just like Goldberg. Like he thinks he's the shit still. Like he thinks he knows best for wrestling. He thinks he knows wrestling better than anybody. And it's like, you're literally the equivalent of a dude, like an old guy who works at like a young kid's job and refuses to learn. That's what you're the equivalent of.
Type shit. Like your prime was 20 years ago, pal. Like, times are changing, bud.
Seriously, dude. Fucking 30 years ago was fucking Kevin Nash's prime. If we're being real, fucking 94 was fucking when he was actually probably still good.
Right, bro.
God, fuck that guy. Yeah, Cody for sure. Dope mask, created by the same guy who creates Bray Wyatt's mask. Yeah. I mean, just awesome. Yeah, and Brandy. Who told you this was open mic night, bitch? Who told you?
I just seen that segment for the first time. And it's funny, like how I seen it, and then all of a sudden on SmackDown, Cody like referenced it.
Yeah, same. That's what's great about wrestling in the internet right now. Is like everything comes full circle for us. Like I catch up like on the era that I missed of like the Shield. I catch up on that shit like every day through TikTok videos. I watch segments of them, matches of them, and I just get to catch up on that time. Same for like Cody Rhodes being in other promotions. I wasn't there for any of that, but now I get to watch like clips of him dominating in those promotions. That was crazy. When people say Cody couldn't get over in those promotions, I'm like, how so? How so? I don't get it.
Yeah, like I seen a clip of him. It was like right after he like left, and he was like in a high school fucking gym, and it was like crazy because I didn't know he was using that theme song for like he's been using that theme for like ever since he like stepped foot out of WWE.
Probably, yeah.
Like, because that shit was like the video I seen was like 2017, and I was like, damn, it's like that man was really wrestling in high school gyms. Now here he is. Almost an Alberto story, but
once undesirable, now undeniable, and your WWE undisputed champion, Cody Rhodes.
Yes, sir.
Dashing
Stardust.
Cody Rhodes. Yo, at the Pat McAfee show, him doing the cartwheel with the Stardust thing. I'm like, that's why you're our champ right there. That's why you're our champ though, because he's like, wasn't that funny when I used to do that? That was funny.
That shit was crazy. I was actually watching those clips, and I was like, bro, he actually he made that shit work for what he had.
When you see that, and then you hear the story of like Dusty with the polka dots, and when Dusty said like, "You damn right, I put on those yellow polka dots. I got a family to feed, and I went out there and I did the best thing I could with that." Like when you see Cody and you see him in Stardust, you're like, this is a man who is just like his father. He was given an unopportune, weird character, and he played it to like 100% ability. As much as people want to be like, Stardust sucked, I'm like, yeah, but he didn't suck. He was good at his character. That's like if you say Goldust sucked. I'm like, yeah, Goldust sucked, I guess, but like not Dustin Rhodes.
And yeah, speaking of that, I mean, we'll talk about AEW at like when it comes, but
yeah, the collapse, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, again, don't want to. Mania's been passing out by a couple times, but shouts out to every single match on there was really, really good. Fuck everybody who's saying that the Street Profits versus the Final Testament was bad. Fuck them. Fuck that. That was a good match. That was fun.
10 minutes.
Yeah, good little break in between there. But yeah, of course, oh my cat's freaking me out in the window. I keep thinking she's dead. But yeah, of course, overall, I was gonna say this. The Rock did have probably the second best entrance of the night. Probably. I totally forgot. That shit with the flames and everything. I was like, it's pretty good. Pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. But man, just want to take a second to say, literally in history, the best 10 minutes of wrestling of all time. That last 10 minutes of the night 2 main event. It's the best 10 minutes you'll ever see. That whole everybody coming out one by one and fighting each other off. The writing. Shouts out Robert Roode. The writing for Roman to not be able to let go of the Shield thing after 10 years. Ugh, like
cinema.
It truly was cinema. And then, you know, it's been known now that Stone Cold was supposed to be there. They couldn't reach a money agreement. That sucks. But The Undertaker still made that shit tight. Like, it made almost... I like somebody put the meme out to like try to make sense of it. They're like The Undertaker getting back at The Rock for trying to make him do the spin-a-rooney that many years ago. I was like, damn. Undertaker was like, try to make me do a spin-a-rooney? I don't think so. I harbored that shit. Brought it out fucking...
My favorite part. My shit was like whenever the lights come back on and The Rock was just sitting there, just like, fuck with the final, and then he turns around. He's just like, I was like, man, that shit cracks me up every fucking time.
He did do that. Like, was out of all the shit The Rock's been doing, that was my favorite spot of his. Not because The Rock got beat or chokeslam, because it was like pure acting by him. That was real good acting by him.
It's like, I mean, this whole run that he has had, like, it's up there for top 3, top 4 like runs that he's had.
100%.
He's like, his mic work and the way that he came and just like got right to it. That man is a legend.
I'll have to say this because it's, again, I appreciate when somebody does it, so that's why I do. I'll say, for all the shit talk I was doing about The Rock when it first started up, when all this first started, and all the shit talk, there's going to be people, even though they lost and they want to have a victory on the Rock side, those Rocky fans, they want to have a victory in the sense to say, oh, so now you guys think what he did was cool. We told you. Nobody fucking knew what was about to happen. We were all concerned. And the main thing was that nobody, if The Rock came back, and we were talking, everybody's talked about this since it's all happened. If The Rock came back and was just like, hey, I'm here to do a promotion. I'm here to do a thing. I'm here to do a match. I'm here to help out Roman or whatever it may be. We would have been like, fine. But that's not what happened. We know the story. You came to WWE. You signed with TKO. You said you want to be in the main event. You're going to save Wrestlemania. Yada, yada, yada. You did all these things, and that has been proven for a fact what you were going to do. You were trying to force your authority and steal away a main event because you thought it was better. So that is why everybody was shitting on the... Not because we think he's bad, not because we think he's washed, not because of anything that their people are going to start saying now. Oh, I thought he was this, I thought he was that. Nope. Any other moment I'd be excited. It's because he was stealing something that the fans wanted, thinking that he knew better than everybody else. And when he finally realized and turned, yes, that's when I started to agree with that, what you said, Jacob. Yeah, it was probably some of the best work he's ever done. Probably some of the best mic work, best entrance stuff. His match was great. His sell of the spear of Roman spearing him. I see that when I close my eyes, dog.
That man was... Oh my god!
The people were
remaking... I'm surprised the internet, like, I'm surprised the shit didn't go any more viral than
I know. It's because people made the peak joke, which is the fucking when you start playing with your cousin and you hit him too hard. Fucking, no, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. Stop yelling. Stop. This is exactly what the fuck happened. Rock's like, oh, you bitch. Yeah, it was great what he did, and overall bringing it full circle was great. His match with Cody, which is inevitably going to happen, is going to be great. And his run with Roman is going to be great. That whole thing of him, the idea that's for sure, like, if the writing's on the wall, WWE's probably for sure writing those shadows that they're already written it out. You're just reading the shadows of what they wrote. For sure, Jacob Fatu, the new guy that just came in on Friday.
Tamatonga.
And Solo and The Rock are for sure going to take over as the new bad bloodline. For sure, Roman's going to come back soon before SummerSlam. and declare that he disagrees with all this. None of this has been his orders, and him, Jimmy, and Jay are going to get back together. We're going to get the Usos.
I've been seeing a lot of fucking war game shit.
Yeah, because he wants him
because
he wants him and Roman to be 2026. And when people are like, why? I'm like, because that's after the Netflix deal. So he wants to do it with Netflix. He wants Netflix to promote it. He wants Netflix to produce it. He wants his guys, and this is not a negative thing. This is smart on his. He's like, why push it? Why keep doing it with the product that we're, able to do now, when in a year and a half, 2 years from now, the product will be even better. It'll be completely different. And then you'll be able to see full blown Rock, full blown Roman do something else, That makes sense.
Yeah. And yeah, especially with everything, going back to the whole match, the 10 minutes, bro, just starting off with Jay and Jimmy. I mean, why couldn't they do that in their actual match?
Right.
Meltzer reviewed and rated all the matches and shit,
Mm-hmm.
and he gave their match a .075, and they come out the next night and they do that shit, and it's just bruh.
That match really should have been like a TLC match or something. It should have been given more, but that was the word with that match. That match had so much hype behind it that they had to give it more time, which they couldn't. They had to give it a bigger stipulation, which they couldn't. They should have brought Rikishi in, which they couldn't. They should have done all these things and they couldn't do it. So it's just it was bound to fail. Yeah.
It was just a free Jay win. It's we all knew.
And now for what? Because now they're clearly hinting that Jay's going to eventually go back into the bloodline, but the good bloodline. And I'm like, that's fine if they're going to do a one-off, hey, Jay's here to help out good guy Roman this time and Jimmy. That's fine. But you can't take away Jay's the main event now. Jay is main event Jay Uso. You can't, if you put him back in the bloodline, you ruin all that.
Literally.
Before,
it's just they have to give him a good match with Priest too.
Oh yeah.
This will be a good way to see how he works in the main event scene, and obviously he's got the crowd behind him, so
yeah.
That helps.
And let's not forget that he main evented against Roman himself, and it was a good goddamn match before Jimmy got involved too. So he could do it. He could do it for a title. He could do it, but I also don't see them making Damian fucking lose it that quickly.
Yeah. Just building up to the good stuff.
I don't know.
I think he loses it at Clash. I mean,
that's what I was gonna say. I don't know. I think Clash is after Backlash, so I think, and that's the thing. If that's so, then yeah, they'll probably have him retain and then lose at Clash to Drew.
Yeah. That'll be everything.
Or Sheamus.
I'm so excited for that. Oh
hell
my.
Yeah, dog! The Celtic Warrior coming back.
Can't wait to see the 10. I can't say the last word, but the 10 beats that he does.
Oh yeah, yeah. That shit's hype.
Favorite. Every time he did it to the Miz, oh my gosh, just the Miz. He was just eating them shits. He'd eat 20 of them fuckers. I can just see that shit on repeat.
Hell yeah. So let's talk about the week of wrestling after WrestleMania. Jacob's been so excited to talk about this because he thinks that Raw was awful. He thinks that Raw was bad.
Bro, we started off with 45 minutes of The Rock and Cody.
Yeah, that was crazy. The 45-minute promo.
Bro, that was okay. I was okay for that, but I was expecting more after. And then we got Dragunov and his, it was a good match. Don't get me wrong, but okay,
Dragunov's
wow.
the dude.
We're not gonna see him for how long on Raw. He's got the NXT title. They got to make he's got to drop that first.
Right, and so here's the thing about that, and you're right with that worrisome. If you're because Ilya, for me being there and a lot of people, it was wild. It was awesome him being there Monday after WrestleMania, him just doing a match, showing the Raw fans who don't know him what he can do, which is incredible.
Yep.
But you're right. When's he gonna be back? Nobody knows, because the next big call up is definitely between him and Trick. The obvious answer for a lot of people would be Trick, but Trick hasn't even won the NXT title yet. He hasn't had a big title reign. They got to have him do some more stuff in NXT, and that's just that.
Yep.
I understand not wanting to miss out on his big pop right now, but I don't see Trick's pop going down anytime soon. He's got the song, he's got the chant, he's got the style, he's got the mic work, he's got the hot girlfriend, he's got everything. He's got the rivalry with Mello. He's got to stay with her. Dragunov, on the other hand, has run through everything. He's done. So again, little fucking chat, a little talking about NXT, because we're not going to talk about it too much. That's where this kind of comes into where now him and Dragunov and Trick and Dragunov have a match coming up where either Trick Williams wins the NXT title or he leaves NXT. So that means either Trick fucking loses to Dragunov and he goes up to the main brand, or more likely Trick wins the NXT title and then Dragunov goes up to the main brand. So we'll see him pretty soon.
With the draft, with the draft coming up, that makes sense.
The draft. I keep forgetting about the draft. Hell yeah, doggy. What else did you not like about Monday After Raw?
Bro, I mean, just like
the 45.
I mean, kind of just the squash matches, like too. Like, I mean, you know, like Jade, like, okay, cool. Like, we don't know she's this big, bad, tough woman already, bro. Like, let's see her in a story, like a good story already.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, granted, just coming off WrestleMania, but she's already, like, been in WWE for as long as she's been.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, she's had her appearance, like, between the Royal Rumble and WrestleMania. Like, they should have, like, they should probably throw her and they're probably going to throw her and Bianca towards the the fucking tag titles that Asuka has.
Probably because that's where the storyline's going to start for her. Like, she's in now, she's done a WrestleMania appearance, she's shown she's dominant, she's okay on the mic. Now she's got to learn a little bit more about the WWE style. Putting her in there with Bianca's perfect. They're a match made in heaven when it comes to their styles. They're gonna work. I mean, if they become tag team titles, that's like how should I say? That's like the bread and butter of like making a singles person in WWE. Tag them up with somebody, make their tag team awesome, and then have them betray each other and then fight each other. You know, like so eventually they'll betray each other because we all want to see Bianca versus Jade anyway. So that's the best way to do it.
Up.
Yeah,
fair enough.
So with these things, you got to see the bigger picture with all this. You got to remember, we're doing long form storytelling, my friend. Don't forget.
I forgot. But like, my bad. But still, to me, that shit was like my bad. The Sami Zayn thing too, though. We all know. Oh my God, Chad Gable. Like, we knew he was gonna want his like title opportunity. Like, there's. Just like already put that in there to save the time of, you know, Sammy just sitting there. Hey, Chad, I know what you want.
You want? Like, and I figure we're even Stevens. What? Like, you know, you say I helped you out there. You know, you helped me. Yeah, no, that was a weird. Here's the thing. I was like, this is the perfect moment to turn Chad heel. They did miss on some opportunities, but that's when I remember long form storytelling, because just like on SmackDown, WWE notoriously hates doing babyface versus babyface. Like, when they still don't do it today. So, and when they do it, notoriously fails. So, or somebody has to turn heel in the middle of the program. So, you know, you got Bayley versus Naomi coming up. You got, you know, Sammy versus Chad. You got a bunch of baby faces fighting baby faces. This is all like something for some other big turn for either the champions or for the people they're going against. You know, Paul Levesque, he's got things going on over there that we can't even fucking fathom.
It's the start of the new era.
The Paul Levesque era. Oh man, like, can I just shout that out? When Stephanie came out, so happy to see Stephanie, so happy to see her back around. I mean, I had the Rock goosebumps in that moment talking about fucking, if I could steal a line, are you ready? And I'm like, yeah, we're ready, bitch. And then she did it. She shook her head. She was like, no. I was like, oh, she's going to say it. No, Philadelphia, I said. She got it perfectly. I was like, this bitch stole my heart all over again. Stole my heart. What an awesome thing to do. The thing is like, Monday After All, because of that 45-minute promo, everybody's like, what else happened that night? It's like, it was a great night for them to show off the NXT talent, which I thought was awesome. You showed off your two... your retaining and new NXT champion for women's and men's. You know, and then you have that 4-way match, which was awesome. Drew, angry Drew. I love it. Throwing the chair around, calling Damien a transitional champion. That's wild.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
That was great.
Apparently, that's a forbidden term. That used to be a forbidden term for them. Vince used to not allow them to say transitional champion, but now they can say it. Yeah, really weird.
Yeah, there's a lot that like professional wrestling, like.
Oh yeah, saying professional wrestling again. That's right. We're allowed to say professional wrestling, and all you fucks out there that want to be like, isn't it called sports entertainment? Suck my dick. From today going forward, suck my professional dick. All right, it's called professional wrestling. Hell yeah.
You want some sports entertainment? Go to fucking AEW. Sorry.
Yeah, that's where sports entertainment is. What else happened on Monday? Oh yeah, I mean, it really all culminated with that end of the fucking night match, dude. CM Punk pops out from underneath the ring. I'm like, CM Punk, what are you doing here? You
fly dog.
It was me all along. I was here to betray him. Yeah,
I'm so excited for that.
Yeah, that's gonna be great. Damien. Oh, dude. Oh, that's right. And John showed up for Monday. How you gonna call Monday mid when John showed up and did a fucking three five knuckle shuffle, a 3 fucking attitude adjustment.
15 knuckle shuffle.
Yeah, the 15 knuckle shuffle. The crowd was. I hate the crowd for that moment though. They all were off time. They were fucking because they put the hand in the air and they were like, "You can't see me," and then they did it and they were like, "Oh, you can't see me." So it's just like a delay of "you can't see me's" in the crowd before they do it. Fucking shouts out the Miz for accidentally throwing JD McDonough on top of fucking.
Bro, that was so. Oh my gosh.
I was like, don't you dare hurt John like that, god damn it.
He's got movies to film.
He's got to do Peacemaker. Fuck. Yeah, that's also great news. John's gonna be back at like towards Christmas time. What a great Christmas present. We're gonna get John Cena back for a program.
Bro, but we won't even be able to see him.
I know, it's so hard to see him. That's always the issue. He forgets. Tell you what, we can see that motherfucking bald spot. John, I love you, big dog. I'm just kidding. No one gives a fuck about the bald spot, big dog. You're great.
Nah, he needs to shave that shit. He needs to go back to the crew cut, bro.
Yeah, I think he should. But I love the hair though. I love the hair. It's just, but
bro, during WrestleMania after he hit that fucking AA, bro, he said
he kept going back here and he's like, it's good.
Fix that shit.
Gotta fix that bald spot. Hell yeah,
he's aware. It a little bit.
He's aware. That's why when people are like, he says he doesn't care about it, I'm like, he clearly cares about it.
He just doesn't care, like, to get made fun of for it.
Right. Fucking shouts out when he fucking that line against Austin Theory. Bro, I can go get topical. You still suck.
Bro, no whenever they said that they have to pipe in the crowd, had to pipe in the crowd for him.
This is like a video for another day or something, but like how deep that was, that when John said to him, I didn't say no because I'm scared. I said no because you're not ready. If you win, you lose everything. And if you lose everything. And I was like, yo, he wasn't wrong. He won against John, lost everything, and got set all the way back almost to developmental. And he got saved just for this bullshit that they're doing, which they aren't supposed to be doing. It's crazy. But
oh, you mad that they won the tag titles?
Yeah, because they weren't even there for Friday. They weren't even there for SmackDown. We got new champions, weren't even fucking there. At least our Raw champions fucking did a triple threat match with John Cena. There's only 3 of them.
They love what they do.
Yeah, oh, dude, it's such a dude. Miz coming out to tell the truth. Fucking truth. I don't want to be in the Judgment Day. And I know you don't want to be in the Judgment Day. Fucking it's so good. It's so funny.
Like that I called that. I called them winning, even though like I didn't think they were gonna like I was watching the match, I'm like, nah, DIY might have it. But like I kinda knew like from the time that they like formed them, R-Truth coming back, I'm like, it's time that they put a belt on R-Truth.
For sure.
And then like I kinda predicted that one in my head, but yeah, it's good to see them going and like, oh, I was so excited for Truth, bro. That man was hilarious, national treasure.
Pretty much every championship put on a person right now in the WWE is like that's how you know it's like a change. It's extremely well deserved. like the you deserve it chance aside, they're there for a reason. You know, you got to think back to like even 5 years ago in WWE. How often were fucking fans chanting "You deserve it" at somebody? Fucking almost never. What? Maybe like when Kofi won. Maybe like it's. Otherwise, it was always just like yeah, I guess. I mean, Roman was champion for like 3 fucking years. What are we supposed to do? Chant "You deserve it" for this guy? Fucking Seth won the championship because they took it from Finn. What are we supposed to say? You deserve it? We've had nothing.
Nothing.
But yeah, I personally think the Raw after Mania was a well done show. Different set to keep in more people.
7 out of 10.
I'll go 8 out of 10. I'll say 8 out of 10.
Fair enough. I like the minimal sets.
Yeah,
it's nice.
I hope they continue to do that because again, they did mention that they were doing that specifically to get more people in for that specific arena. So
yeah, they're doing it more. I'm pretty sure they're scaling back to it. They're limiting what they bring to like live shows. They're getting rid of the fucking graphics, like the augmented.
Yeah,
they're getting rid of all that shit.
The only augmented I want to see is Roman Reigns fucking the AI of augmented.
Fuck that bullshit.
I want to see it.
Fuck that shit.
You know what I don't want to see is Randy Orton's snake, the AI snake that comes through. I hate that shit.
Oh yeah. Nah, that's sick as fuck, bro.
No.
Or out of nowhere. Sorry for cussing.
Brother. What were you gonna say?
Moving to NXT. No.
Mm-hmm. Moving on, NXT. Smaller players. Fucking
Ivar and some jeans.
Right? That was wild. That was probably the biggest pop of the night for me is Ivar out there fucking just kind of being a Viking, but not a Viking in jeans. He's like, yeah, I left all my other shit at the other show. Whoopsie.
Pre-Viking state.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, no. NXT was fucking trash. Fucking dog wash. So let me get this straight. So you hype up Trick Mello for fucking weeks. Legit weeks. You hint at it for over a month. 2 months you've been hinting at the betrayal. Then you hype it up barely for weeks to do a solo match that lasted about 7 to 10 minutes at Stand and Deliver. For the main event at Stand and Deliver, mind you. And that's what we got. And we got Trick beating him with a knee. Okay, sure, great. Trick wins, beats the rivalry. We're all happy. Just for what? For the next NXT show for Mello to jump Trick and tell him you got me on next week's show, a live TV show, in a steel cage match. So why'd we watch you guys at Stand and Deliver? Why'd we even watch that at Stand and Deliver then? It does nothing for storytelling. It does nothing for story build. It does nothing for anything. They just literally were like, let's do it in a steel cage. And it's like, so then why not just do that at Stand and Deliver and make it like the final thing there? What the fuck? Because we got Trick and Dragunov. That's at their next like spring break-in thing. But next week, yeah, I know. I don't even want. But so you're like, okay, cool. Trick's got a pay-per-view or whatever, a nice live event, their specialty event, whatever they do. It's a TV event, and he's got a title match with crazy stipulations put into it. But let's not forget we have to do another week of him and Mello and a steel cage match. It just doesn't make any sense. It's dog shit. And if you think I'm stopping right there, don't try and stop me, fucking Jacob. Cause
I didn't fucking watch it. You keep going, pal. Keep fucking going,
because
bro.
Let me tell you what else they did. Let me tell you what the fuck else they did.
What else did they do?
They had those motherfucking wolf dogs dominate at Stand and Deliver. They had them fucking dominate at fucking Stand and Deliver. And for what? For Axiom to get another shot, they put a huge stipulation. If Axiom loses, they're no longer a tag team. Cool. Well, they just became a tag team not too long ago. And they do have fan base behind them. So clearly you're not going to get rid of them. So thanks for spoiling this fucking match that the Wolf Dogs are clearly going to lose. And they did. So you had them retain at Stand and Deliver for no fucking reason, just so they can lose it on NXT the following night. What? What is that?
Oh, wait, they lost?
Yeah, Axiom won. They're the new tag team champions on NXT.
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't see all that. Yeah. Damn, did Braun turn on Baron?
No. And a turn didn't even happen. No.
Wow, that's fucking lame.
And prior to the match, Braun and fucking Corbin were doing they were having fun backstage. They were laughing, joking it up with each other. No sense of animosity at all. Nothing. They just had them lose. And then they just had Braun go on SmackDown just to do another kind of squash match against Cameron Grimes. What the fuck are we talking about? That
fucking Schmeat fucking entrance that he has now, like.
You want to? Oh my god! And then they fuck up Braun's entrance. I mean, if you want to talk about fucking things up, NXT dropping the fucking ball over there, just shitting the fucking bed. The only person who's shitting the bed more than them is AEW. That's the only person around here shitting the bed more than them.
And that's where we're going now.
Yeah, we're going over to AEW.
All right.
Because fuck the women's division. The fucking Roxanne doesn't even know who the fuck she's going against. Natalia for the NXT championship.
Like, what's the old ass Natalia up in there?
Literally, she cannot be champion. She's crazy.
But she's gonna win it.
I would lose my mind.
Because Roxanne wrestled on Raw, bro, so she's probably gonna go up with the draft. So the fuck, they're gonna put Natty over for the one time.
On the show too, she said that she's like, I think she did an accidental too big of a hint where she said like, and once I go up to Raw, I'm like, she said something about like bringing the title with her, or she doesn't care about the title. That's what she was like, her point. She's like, I don't care about this thing because soon I'll be up at Raw, and I'm like, I don't think you were supposed to say that, bitch. I think you were supposed to do something else, kind of hint at it, but instead she just full blown said, I'll be at Raw soon. I'm like, okay, so if that's right, then NXT also fucked up by taking the title off of somebody who will be there, and they gave it to somebody who's leaving soon. Ava, why do you suck? Fucking, I don't know who's booking NXT right now, but they gotta figure it the fuck out.
They gotta figure it the fuck out, bro. Just like fucking Tony Khan, man.
Tony Khan.
Airing the Fallout footage, bro. Oh my god. What was that guy doing?
Not since, and I mean, I just heard of the Bash at the Beach thing maybe last year, watched like the documentary about it and everything. Do you know what I'm talking about with the Bash?
I haven't watched any of that shit.
So, back in the day, WCW, you know WCW. Back in the day, WCW had an event called Bash at the Beach, and at that event, they had a problem where fucking that's the means if you've seen fucking that announcer they have at AEW like being pissed, and they're all like showing a picture of him at WCW. This is what it's from, because back in that time, the operator, I don't know, talent coordinator, whoever he was at the time, Mike Russo, fucking was trying to make this match where Hogan lost to Booker T for the World Heavyweight title, and Booker was going to be the new World Heavyweight champion. Hogan didn't like that. So Hogan and Bischoff, they had this whole argument, and apparently Russo thought something else. They thought they agreed upon something else, but they don't know what they agreed upon, really. And really what happened was it ended up being Hogan versus Jeff Jarrett, and Jarrett ended up fucking laying down on the ground. Russo made Jarrett lay down. He just said, just lay down at the beginning of the match. And Hogan just asked Jeff Jarrett, please don't do this. And Jeff Jarrett said, I have to. And then Hogan just steps on him, pins him 1, 2, 3. Russo leaves. Hogan leaves. And they say that was like the plan to do. They say, but then like Russo comes back out, cuts a promo against Bischoff and Hogan, and really just buries the entire WCW, buries the title, fucks up the entire title picture, fucks everything up for everybody, because he thought he was doing this like rogue badass thing that was gonna like really get WCW some traction and throw it in Hulk Hogan's face and throw it in Eric Bischoff's face, that I'm the guy. And this is exactly what Tony Khan just did. It's literally almost verbatim what he just did.
The whole fucking the whole thing, like it's almost like a full circle moment for them. It's like they started off so big and they were such a big rival, and now here they are when WWE, they like, everybody's like, oh, WWE's falling off. Well, here goes WWE taking a big step, and then here goes AEW. Oh yeah, AEW's actually falling the fuck off.
Yep.
And then here goes AEW pulling something big out, and then them fucking falling even more. And it's just like exactly what kind of everybody said, that this shit wouldn't last that long.
Yep.
And they fucking did that shit.
Because Tony Khan isn't a real promoter. He isn't a real fucking, you know what I mean? Like he's not he's not the guy. It's like he was the guy, but it's not to say that he's not. It's just he became not that guy because you think back to when he first started. Man, he's killing it, man. Him and AEW were fucking. That's what got my attention to AEW. It was killing it, and they seemed to not care about what WWE was doing, and that got my attention. I was like, oh, well, if they don't care that, because I was the snob. I was like, well, WWE's better, and people were just in my face like, it doesn't. We don't care. We do great shit over here. We have Samoa Joe. We have fucking Cody Rhodes. We have CM Punk. And I'm like, damn. Y'all got a lot of people I like used to watching. Y'all got a lot of people I really like. Chris Jericho. Y'all got Sting. Darby Allin. Darby Allin. Wow. It's like, I'm gonna fucking just made him a Harry Potter character. Fucking what the fuck? Darby Allin. Yeah. It just the Hardys were over there at some point. I mean, and it's just
fucking Daniel Bryan.
My
goat. My goat.
They just. And with the cross promotion, it seemed like it was, and that's what made me start watching on Wednesdays. I started watching AEW maybe 4 or 5 months ago, and I thought the product was still okay. I personally noticed that like it wasn't as good, and at that time, some people were saying like, yeah, we're going through a little bit of a rough patch. It has gone all the way downhill since then, and the only saving grace right now, currently, is Samoa Joe and Swerve Strickland. That's it. And I hope. Yeah. I like Swerve, but I fucking hope AEW continues to fall and he wants to try and crawl back to WWE because they already fucking tried to call him, didn't say anything, he didn't even get to hear from them, and Swerve was like fucking talking shit about WWE and calling them out for calling him, and they're like, okay, sorry, we recognized you, sorry. So I hope, Swerve Strickland, that you motherfucking your company starts fizzling and you're like, well, I'll just go to WWE, and WWE will be like, oh, interesting.
No.
You want to come to us now? We'll take Samoa Joe.
Yeah, please, bro. Please give us that shit, bro. The cowbell theme, bro. Oh my gosh, bro. Just Joe, yes. Bro.
Samoa Joe in the Netflix era, bro. In the Paul Levesque era.
Insane.
Real good. Oh yeah.
That would be unmatched, bro. Just like going back to like his TNA days, like that dude was a fucking dog, bro.
For sure.
Like I remember, bro, like Sci-Fi Channel, bro. I'd be sitting there like,
I forgot about that.
Be like, what the fuck is this Impact Wrestling, bro? I fucking threw it on for the one time. It was like the 8-sided shit. And I'm like, Samoa Joe, fucking Bully Ray, Abyss. I'm like, what the shit?
Abyss.
Pretty nice.
I was just about to say Abyss. Fuck, I miss Abyss.
Gosh, bro, I miss that whole era, like the Dixie Carter era with like EC3 as like the main guy, like
dude, fucking
that was so fire.
Impact Kurt Angle. Fucking
Perk Angle.
Just as dangerous as Perk Angle. He was still Perk Angle. That's right. At that time, he was still basically Perk Angle.
He was like on the end of Perk Angle.
Yeah, he was coming off a little bit. Because they were allowing him the time to fucking not be on Percocet. When you really think about it, he just needed to go to a company that wouldn't make him work all the time. That's hilarious. Impact, a company that let Sting do promotions and let Sting talk, and that's why we found out, oh fuck, Sting's funny. Sting's super funny. He's good at acting. He's good at this shit. He did like a whole Joker character for like fucking weeks on Impact. It was awesome. Yeah. Oh, and then what happened to Impact? Hulk Hogan took over. That's right. Fucking Terry. Piece of shit.
Motherfucker.
Let's start getting towards the wrap up, and let's just say that SmackDown, there was also not a ton to talk about from SmackDown either, but let me bring up some points that I thought maybe we could talk about. One, good. I agree with Amy. Good. Finally, a good way to let the champions get the victory lap. Let Cody. Yep. What do we want to talk about? Fucking being the champion. Him calling out the Monday night segment. It was awkward. It was awkward. We're like, dude, side note, was there a slight reference to Sketch in his speech? Remember, he said it's open mic night, bitch, and then he stares into the camera. He goes, I apologize for cussing. I don't know what's gotten into me. I'm like, was that a Sketch thing?
Brother,
sorry for cussing. Hell yeah.
Nah, like that. Now SmackDown, I was rocking with it a little bit. Like, I mean, the whole like Tama debuting. That was nice. Like I seen a reference to whenever they like Roman dipped last year and they were like solos, you know, the guy who steps up, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And hey, giving him that position, bro, like stepping over Paul Heyman, bro. Hey, let him do his thing.
Yeah,
Let them go.
For sure, out of the 3 shows, SmackDown, when it comes to the following week, SmackDown has the best storytelling right now. Yep. Even with the Bayley and Naomi thing, it seems weird, but like I said, like with her fighting her next week on SmackDown for the championship, 1, you know Bayley's gonna retain. 2, it's like I said, it's like a setup. She's gonna start fighting with the championship, and again, we're getting what we wanted. Like Cody's already asking to be at Backlash. We're already setting up Cody's opponent for Backlash. And, you know, Bayley, she's clearly just going to be fighting over the championship. So we're going to go from Io, who wasn't wrestling at all with the title, and Roman, who wrestled 3 or 4 times a year with the title, to Cody, who's already going to wrestle at the first PLE of the year, and Bayley, who's going to wrestle for the title immediately. And also the draft thing, people were talking about like, well, I guess we're going to draft Cody over to SmackDown. I'm like, you guys forget it's WWE. Cody's just on SmackDown now, and Damien's just on Raw now. That's clearly what they just did. That's clearly what they're gonna keep doing. Yeah. Like, no. So, and that's fine. And like that made for sure when Cody said, "For you on the SmackDown roster who don't know who I am," I'm like, that's what people say when they're on the roster now. So
yeah. And I mean, now that like CM Punk's like slowly like getting back to like ring form or whatever, now he's gonna get a more prominent role on Raw, and it's gonna like not just like have Damien like trying to carry it for the time being. You're gonna get like CM Punk and Drew, and you're gonna get Sheamus, so it kind of makes up for Cody heading over there. Like
it's gonna be great.
I'm so looking forward to this shit. Oh my gosh, I can't, bro. I hate that, you know, like everybody's clowning on A-Town Down Under, bro, but let them be, bro. Let the boys go. Let them cook, bro. Dead, bro. The villain arc is insane.
They will make great heel tag team champions, and if they can, there's 2 things that can make everybody happy with this. I guess, you know, when I'm looking at it in this mindset that I'm in at this current second, makes a lot of sense, because if they lose this upcoming tag team championship that they're going to make for them, whoever they're going to go up against, you know, if they lose, then people will be happy because it'll go to DIY or not DIY, Catch Republic, and then or the Street Profits or something, and people will be happy with that. But if they win, if they're doing this whole like "fuck you, we're the champs now" attitude, and then they come in and win, people are gonna be like, "Damn, that's pretty good. That's pretty good."
I'm getting behind it, bro. I'm all for it.
Hell yeah,
I'm all for it.
And then as always, when she comes out, dude, my girlfriend hates her, but the second she comes out, I was like, "Excuse me, babe, what time is it? Hey, check your fucking
time.
It's Tiffy time." Yeah, shut your mouth because everybody needs to listen. It's Tiffy time. Fucking my girlfriend was like, "What a slut. She needs to put on some clothes." And I was like, "Fuck you." But the reference to Clueless with their outfit, Naomi calling it out, and then she had an awesome match with Naomi. Every time Tiffany's in the fucking ring, she's so over with the crowd. She's so good in that fucking ring. And her character, I don't know, it's just the way she says it too. It's like almost nostalgic because it's a character from childhood. But that brat, like when she's in the ring and when the woman's down, she'll always be like, "Aw," and then she fucking like slaps him. I'm like, goddamn right. Fucking make him feel like a bitch. "Oh, did that hurt?" Bam. I'm like, yeah, get her. Hell yeah. And you know what's funny is that same match, my girlfriend was like shouting out Naomi. She's like, "She's pretty. I like her hair, her outfit." And then Naomi does the butt thing where she drags her into like her face into her ass, starts shaking. I'm like, "Oh yeah, the real nice lady you like here. Real nice." real family
Want to
friendly.
talk about this one for being slutty? What about this
what
one?
What a whore. Just putting other bitches' fucking face in her ass. Gross.
Disgusting, but nah. I like the whole like glow thing.
I love Naomi.
Going on.
I'm telling you,
it's always like
wish we could just get fucking "Yeah Glow" as that theme song by Glorilla. Fucking tell me her entrance would be hard as fuck if she came out. "Yeah Glow," fucking that shit would go hard as shit with those glowy ass boots. Hell yeah!
Every stomp on the beat, bro. They just stage him, bro.
That is the coverage of this week's show. Thank you so much for growing up kayfabe with us. We appreciate you every week. Keep up with the wrestling. Keep up with us. Comment down below. Let us know what you think about what we've been talking about, what you think we should be talking about, what we're missing in, not to steal anything here, but the good and the bad and the ugly of the shows. And please follow our social medias. That's all down below. I'm going to put it right here. Follow us, TikTok, Kick, Twitter. That's really the main ones you want to go to. And we appreciate you guys so much. We'll see you next week on Growing Up Kayfabe.